The Bachelor Canada's Morning After Chats on BT are brought to you in part by Skinny Cow Delicious Milk Chocolate Dreamy Clusters.
All right, one of the most anticipated episodes of The Bachelor Canada was last night, The Women Tell All, and that's where I grabbed my Dreamy Clusters courtesy of Skinny Cow, and there was a shocking revelation at the beginning courtesy of Natalie, who said she came back just to stir the pot.
One of the main reasons why I wanted to come back was to kind of stir the pot a bit, cause a little bit of drama. I knew for sure Tim was not into me, but I came back to
Is anybody else buying this?
No.
I'm sorry, but your best self wouldn't come back and try and play with these girls' real relationships. That was a real shock to me. And I don't know, I have a completely different opinion of you now.
I love that stuff. No, sorry, distracted here. One of the other big things that happened this season was when Lisa was locking lips with some random bartender in Italy, and the girls finally had the chance to confront her about that escapade.
I had a lot to drink, and I don't know exactly what happened.
Well, maybe Seychelle can enlighten us. What do you think?
Honestly, we were just hanging out, like dancing, all of us girls, and then I turned around and all of a sudden, all I see is Lisa making out with this guy. I kind of pulled her and started dancing with her on our own, and then turned around again, and she's on him again. When we left the bar, she was yelling in the street, "I just made out with that bartender so hard, and
Oh, the shocked looks from the audience are the best. Now, my favorite part of the Women Tell All is when they bring the Bachelor out to face the hot seat, and he gets a lot of questions from the ladies. So they brought Tim out, and one of the women, Dominique, was asking him why you didn't give me enough time when you were spending all this other time with some of the other ladies. Check it out.
How about you, Dominique? Do you have anything to ask Tim?
yeah. I was just wondering why you didn't give me the same chance as you gave most of the other girls.
Yeah. You know what? Someone has to be the last person to get on one-on-one. And unfortunately, I did not do enough to give you some time before that last one-on-one. I think that's a sorry to you, and it's a crummy situation to be put in.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks for that, Tim. And finally, Kaylin had a chance to talk to Tim about why they just didn't click. And say what you will about Kaylin, she definitely turned some heads this season for her sometimes emotional outbursts. But I think she got a bit of closure when she finally asked him what happened.
When I left in Tuscany, I don't know, yeah, I kind of left, like, wondering what happened.
I think you're a wonderful person. We wouldn't have hit it off from the start if I didn't think you were an amazing person, if we didn't have a very serious connection. If we had met somewhere else other than the show, I don't know what would have happened, especially based on the very real connection we had on the first night.
Attaboy, Tim. He's taking the diplomatic road, and next week we have the thrilling conclusion because April Brockman and Trish are the only two left, and they are headed to Tahiti. Tune in for that.
Only one survives.
I know.
How stressful would that be for Tim last night? You know what I mean? Like
stressful for me. I'm stress eating. Yeah.
At least it's Skinny Cow. It's delicious.